It was just much more clever than the Soviet or the Chinese system because it appears more. But in China, there is a very interesting experiment going on. If you go to the municipalities, recently I was in Shanghai, and I walked into the Shanghai municipality, which is a huge building. And there's a ground floor, many different assembly rooms. And there are boisterous debates happening in there because each room represents the citizens' assembly from some neighborhood. And they discuss the laws of their neighborhood.
Right.
You should see them, the manner in which they debated, they shouted at each other. There was a very dynamic democracy happening at the municipality level. Similarly, at the prefecture level, you have elections where the party's favorite son, usually son,
right,
sometimes a daughter, is voted out, is booted out. So there is a very interesting democracy happening at the grassroots. There is no democracy at the national level. That's whatever Xi Jinping says. But even at that level, in the Central Committee of the Communist Party, which is a very large body, a bit like a Congress, you have clashing interests. You have members of the Central Committee that represent workers, other members that represent farmers, and you have representatives of big capitalists, producers of aluminium or cars or electric vehicles. And then you have big tech being represented there. And there is a big class war happening within the Central Committee of the Communist Party.
Correct.
But what they do have, which is absolutely extraordinarily helpful in terms of the developmental energy of China, is that they have a capacity to combine private ownership of the means of production, which is not socialist, it's totally capitalist, but with state-directed investment, that which the West is not good at. Because in the West, we have a lot of money which is not invested in productive capacities. So in the United States, you have the greatest accumulation of money in the history of the universe.
Correct.
Okay? But you still can't build a fast train between Washington and Boston. You cannot invest in the things that the things that Congress has set money aside to do. Like, for instance, things I would love if they were never constructed, like nuclear submarines.
Right.
But Congress wants nuclear submarines, pays for them, and you can't build them because the industrial foundation of the country has been atrophied as a result of the failure of the market system, which is a very oligopolistic market system, and completely dominated by rentier capitalists who are not interested in producing stuff. They're simply interested in making a buck quickly from shuffling, pieces of paper, like, derivatives and so on.